The Legal Resources Centre is South Africa's largest and oldest public interest law organisation. It has provided legal services to the poor and vulnerable without charge since it was founded in 1978.
We use the law as an instrument to change the lives of the people.
To help poor people access legal services, quality legal services.
We didn't have a democratic South Africa.
Our policy is one which is called by an Afrikaans word apartheid. And I'm afraid that has been misunderstood so often. It could just as easily, and perhaps much better, be described as a policy of good neighborliness.
The LRC took the lead in opposing apartheid law in the 1970s and 80s, fighting forced removals and unlawful detentions through the courts. After the LRC won its case concerning the past laws, black families could live together in towns, and they could live and work in urban areas without securing special permits. Under the newly democratic South Africa, the LRC became the champion of communities across South Africa by establishing the rights envisioned in South Africa's constitution, turning those paper rights into actual rights.
Because without interpretation, the constitution does not have a meaning.
LRC lawyers established in court that the death penalty is unconstitutional. As many as 400 inmates faced capital punishment at that time. Thanks to the LRC, imprisonment of debtors and discrimination on the basis of HIV status was ruled unconstitutional. The right to legal representation in court, the right to a fair trial, and the right to vote were all established in court by the LRC.
If civil society and organizations like the LRC had to be completely obliterated, what would be the future of the country? What would happen to the masses of people who are still waiting for the rights promised in the Constitution to be realized?
Much work remains to be done. South Africa remains one of the most unequal countries in the world.
There are big challenges to governance in this country. Although we have a world-class constitution, it's not necessarily being implemented through good governance.
The LRC employs more than 100 people dedicated to ensuring the rights guaranteed in South Africa's democratic constitution. Its work is animated by three overarching objectives: development, democracy, and equality. One example of the LRC's work today involves making the rights of children in South Africa for a basic education real. Thanks to the LRC, the government is replacing mud schools, getting children off the floor and into desks and chairs. The LRC moves into the future with the knowledge and understanding that the law remains an important tool in the ongoing fight for human rights and social justice in South Africa.